This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 14. Point is verse 16, and it reads, I'll start up. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 14 and verse 14. Let go from thee mortal thoughts. Cast away the burdens of man. Put off now the weak nature. Verse 15. And set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee, and haste thee to fly from these times. Verse 16, the point. For yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen happen shall be done hereafter. I'm going to start off by giving all praise, all honor, and all glory to God, Elohim, Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushai, Hashem, HaKodash. Double honors to the elders and to the apostles that taught me this truth. Peace and salutations to the Akim across the four corners of the earth, pushing this truth with faith and with sincerity. My fellow brothers and believers in this doctrine, shalom to the sincere Akim out there. Shalom to you and your household. Shalom to the hopeful elect. Shalom to the Israelite foreigners that scattered abroad in the land of other nations, appearing like the other nations, but subscribing to this truth. To you, I say shalom. It's the brother Yahweh Sop, and I'm coming at you with another lesson through the Spirit, through the power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Came across this article. It's in my city. We're bringing this information out, trying to flood this place, Babylon the Great, a.k.a. America, with this truth. Lord willingly, this ain't the year to push, but we're going to push until the Lord actually bring our deliverance. And Lord willingly, this be the year of our deliverance and judgment and destruction of Esau evil. So, it's a video. I'm going to play it. Copyright Act, what's that, 17, fair use, fair use. I'm not profiting, I'm just playing a video and lining it up with scriptures. Lord willingly, this is edifying.
The Cuyahoga County Board of Developmental Disabilities has profound effect by empowering people with developmental services can be provided in the home, school, at work, and other.
Video released to the Fox 8 I-Team shows police getting to a woman in a wheelchair robbed on Public Square. I-Team reporter Ed Gallick is here now with much more on this case. Ed?
A woman robbed while sitting in a wheelchair right on Public Square. She said two guys stole an envelope out of her hand, an envelope filled with big money. Body camera video shows Cleveland police rolling up to Public Square. They find a victim in her wheelchair. Records show a man stole an envelope with cash out of her hand. Then that guy and a friend ran into Tower City and split up the money. Happened in October. Police video just released to the I-Team, and the victim now getting justice.
What happened?
They robbed me for money.
How much?
Close to like, what, $700 or $800?
$700 or $800.
Yes.
The suspects got away just after it happened, but not for good. Since then, two men indicted for robbery, still facing those charges.
The Cuyahoga County Board of Developmental Disabilities has
Okay, so Salakia, I thought that was actually like recent. It popped up, but nonetheless, it's just showing you the turbulent times we are in. You know, I'm watching brothers' videos, some edifying videos and edification going out. You know, again, may the Lord keep the spirit on all his, because we don't know who the hopeful, that's why we say the hopeful, we can believe in the spirit, look at certain men, like I've heard the elders say, I'd be surprised if that man wasn't a man of the Lord, because you see the zeal and, and the brother's spirits, but we don't know exactly who is of the elect. I like to believe that I know for a fact that elders gotta be, you know what I mean? But, we say things humbly. You try to be humble in this thing. I listened to a brother do a video. I'm going to do a video based on that brother video. But it's a lot of stuff going on. Lord willing, this is that year. And if it's not this year, then the Lord put the spirit on you to continue and keep striving striving for the truth to death, roughly paraphrase. How the scripture goes, strive for the truth unto death, and the Lord will give you a crown of life, roughly paraphrase. But all that being said, it's just showing you the coldness of the world. We know how the 2025 started off. When you add that up, that's a 9. From what I've heard, 9 is not a good number. And like the brother was coming out, he said, each year is getting worse and worse to the point individuals making videos talking about, you know, they ready for 2026. Well, 2026 is a 10. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's the perfection. Because you got to remember, I remember a young brother broke this down to me. He said, you know, because I was, you know, getting impatient, you know, getting, I ain't going to say weak in the spirit, but just, you know, the scriptures talk about basically this is the faith and the patience of the saints, you know. So we have to patiently wait, you know. And our elders are a great example of that, example, you know. You know, trust me, you can never be probably as tired or ready for this shit to be over than our elders. Because I know I've never given, I mean, I gave, what, like 30 years to wickedness, you know what I mean? Like, you know, like I can see that, you know, being a fool, a heathen, but I ain't never gave no, you know, that amount of time to, that's older than some being that's in the truth, being in the truth, you know what I mean? Of just doing righteousness, doing the will of Yahweh Shem Shai. And yeah, we don't get it completely right all the time, but, you know, like the elder said recently, he said, you know, imperfect men. You know, we imperfect men trying to do something righteous, you know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? You got to take time to think about when you really sit and meditate on the scriptures, like when John the Baptist, you know what I'm saying, sitting up there saying, are you he or do we seek another? He doubted his own cousin was the Messiah. You just, you know, this thing is very deep. And I just heard an elder, a beloved elder that I respect a lot, do a video. He said the Lord gave him vision. You know, I remember another elder talking about he had a vision where it was a whole bunch of people dead. You know, I just did two videos about how the Lord judged 2 sacred spots of the heathens. You know, one in Tibet. I know another elder just did a video about the same video I did. You know, that's a spirit because I got a few people. I don't know if other people watch this video, but he got a lot more people. So that's showing me that I'm still in the spirit. You know, and ultimately, even, you know, even if the scriptures say the deceiver and the deceiver are both his. So if I'm being deceived, that's of the Lord too. You know what I mean? I pray I'm not, though. You know, yeah, like I say again, you know, I don't think I'll be upkeeping with the, you know, I notice brothers be watching my videos just to see if I'm going off. And then when I notice that I went off on something, if I was drinking or, you know, like went off, breaking something down wrong, you know, in a fort, you know, and when I catch it, I go back and I do a correction, you know, because at the end of the day, we try to do a thing in perfection in an imperfect state, you know, but you can't fuck up on these scriptures. Salakia, you can't misuse the scriptures. Salakia, I did not mean to do that. So I'm a little bit all over the place. So it says. At the end of the day, the scriptures talk about in the book of 2 Timothy, you know, what the times will be, you know, in the last days. This is 2 Timothy chapter 3 and verse 1, and it reads, "This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come." Now, in the NLT says difficult, but in, you know, when you break that word down in the Greek, it's kalapas, meaning it means dangerous or fierce. It means like difficult because it's gonna be hard. You know, like I noticed a brother that I listen to videos a lot in the news. That brother was talking about, you know, everything's expensive. You know, you got brothers that this is catching up with a lot of brothers. You know what I mean? To the point where best believe, like, because everything is more expensive now. So it ain't just affecting one brother; it's affected everybody. You know, even people that may have a decent job. You know, because everything is more expensive. You know, mortgages is more expensive. You know, you gonna try and rent a car from a car lot, you gonna be paying $500-600. You know, the last place I was staying, broad was renting a car, bitch thinking she, you know, this was a she thinking she. I remember one of the brothers seen her, he was like, she got a fat old butt. I was like, she a dyke. He like, oh yeah, when this shit get bad, she gonna remember she was a woman. And he damn straight right. You know, maybe thinking that chick Young Ma, you know, she around all them niggas and playing like she tough. And then, like I said, it's gonna be one of them niggas that's you around and that day that's gonna rape your dumb ass. You gonna be all a woman again. You know. Now don't get me wrong, some of these women is treacherous to the motherfucker. They show you that in when Tina Turner played at Mad Max at Thunderdome, and show you that at that remake of RoboCop. No, that wasn't RoboCop. The remake of Judge Dredd. I liked the remake of Judge Dredd with the one chick that was basically the gang leader. You know, she was basically a prostitute, and then basically she took out her pimp by biting the nigga, you know, Johnson off. And you be like, well, that's not possible. Shit, Tyson bit off a motherfucking ear. You know what I mean? When, you know, the elder said visualization is a motherfucking Salakia. I don't know. I need to really work on the curse words. I mean, not the curse words, profanity, Salakia. But with all that being said, I don't mean to be all about, sometimes my spirit be like like the elder said, that's what's my spirit. But anyhow, just like how the Lord is all about with everything right now. You know what I mean? Like, you got fires, polar vortexes. That was an idea for a video in my mind. I said, damn, that's a video. His brother, and I've been in the spirit of lately talking about how the fire rises. Yes, the fire rises. I was talking about spiritually. I didn't even know about the wildfires. They talk about 1,000 places, homes burnt up over there. And the shit's still going on. Yeah, the Lord, even if the devils is using, do or whatever the fuck, this is all the will of the Lord. And that's the scary part about it. Just imagine the power of Yahweh Shai. He put it on their minds that they more powerful than the Most High, to the point that they think that they gonna actually escape judgment. That's scary than a motherfucker. That's like about as scary as like thinking you in the truth and not being in the truth. You know what I mean? Like, that's terrifying. Again, sometimes I'll be questioning like, damn, did I go off? Because I think about certain things, like I should have did certain things better. But I know myself too, you know what I mean? I've been hurt in the world, you know what I mean? Like, I don't trust people. So it hurt even more when I felt brothers was looking at me or feeling some kind of way about me. And the thing is, I've done little shit. That's why I said I didn't say nothing about it. If I didn't hear certain things, I would have never even started exposing, certain things. But at the same time, it's like, that, again, I know that probably would have consumed me. You know what I'm saying? Like, and the thing is, it don't matter how many videos you do. It don't matter how brotherly you is. The elder even said that. He said, I don't care how brotherly you is. If you hate your brother, you ain't getting on that chariot. I can literally say without a doubt that I don't hate no brother. With all that shit going on, you be a fucking a demon on you if you hate somebody right now that's doing what you're doing. Disagreements do happen. Like I said, like when I first was in the mindset of doing what I was doing, I was like, I thought of Barnabas and Paul. That's why, but the elder made a video and he said something too. He was like, pretty much, I forgot where it's at. I think it's in Matthew 18. He was talking about pretty much, if you show or basically try to break it down to him and he doesn't receive it, you cast him out as a publican or a heathen. And he was like, the publicans was hated. So, I'm in a sense a publican right now because I didn't do it the proper way. But at the same time, in my mind, I'm thinking like it wouldn't have mattered because, you know what I mean? It still would have been, even though, if it had been somebody else, it would have been probably, and this is how my mind taking it. If it had been somebody else, ultimately, I'm going to say this and then I'm going to try never to bring this up again because everything is the will of the Lord. Romans 8:28. My children was dreaming about this. And the crazy part about it again, like they never was making me aware of it. It was after the fact. I'm like, damn. They like, yeah, we was dreaming. Like I said, I forgot how they even brought it up. But all of them had dreams. All three of them. I was watching a video about a beloved elder brother, and he was like pretty much all the violence. His dream was all about violence, so he was just showing videos of violence. He said, yeah, this about to go down. And I'm sure it's other brothers that's having dreams about that. Just like how the demons are getting stronger. I watched like 2 or 3 brothers go. You got a lot of brothers' faiths being attacked. Their faith being attacked right now. Yeah, I watched a beautiful video about a brother. He went into a personal testimony talking about being face to face with Satan. I'm gonna do a video based on his, testimony. Because at the end of the day, expect everything to intensify because the Lord is doing things on another level. This year is different from the years prior. And all of them been building up to that time of Jacob's trouble. This is the book of 2nd Ezra chapter 15, and I will start at verse 1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. These are not our words. We're bringing the accounts and things written in the scriptures, the prophecies that's written in the scriptures, we're bringing them out to the people because we were commanded to. These are not our words. So if you get upset at Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. And you know what I noticed too? You got a lot of these spirits jumping on these Christians, talking about trying to come against the scriptures and don't even understand the scriptures correctly. He said they're talking about some, we use the scripture about hair as white as wool to justify that we are the Israelites and he was a so-called black man. It's more than just that scripture. What are you talking about? The brother just did a beautiful video, edified video, breaking that down. But if you want to just go into the dark and brass, I've watched Edomites break that down. When you, I used to weld. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a certified welder. I literally have actually dealt with the metal. When you heat up brass, it literally gets darker, and then when it cools off, it's darker, or the darkest. So you know what I mean? That in itself, you know what I mean? Like, but leading, I understand why the elders in that spirit, because we pretty much the gospel's went out, and that's probably why we about to get that great persecution. Notice that how many Christians just, say you got Christians just seeing, and I think I'm gonna take the elders' advice, because again, I get passionate about certain shit. They just be literally some kind of way. They'll be coming on my platform, and I go to jail. Like, we ain't trying to do none of that. Like, I'm gonna just ignore you. You call the police, And if the police don't do anything, you got the right to film that. But we living in a day and age where they was gonna throw the Jake out the window. They fucked the Jake up almost. I forgot the Jake's name. That's judgment. But that was like, that pissed you off. It's a lot of stuff that's just going on. The Lord really rousing up the spirits. It says, it caused them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. Fear not the imaginations against thee. Let not the incredulity or disbelief of them trouble thee that speak against thee. Like these fucking punk ass Christians, like these so-called black Christians at that would really piss you off. Like, it's just like, it's even more when it's like a nigga. Like, why would you want, as much as that happened to your brother just did a video talking about how it was a nurse that was intentionally breaking the bones of Jake. I sent it to a female, she got mad. And I'm like, I just wanted to test to see what the fuck she's doing. Because, literally, I'm trying to show this to certain females, and they up there all just want to get along. Like, she literally was like, I'm getting angry about that shit. And I was like, you in the proper spirit. So just based on that, I will fuck with her. But, again, like, I'm just passing through. You know what I mean? For all the unfaithful shall die their unfaithfulness. So fuck them hoes that didn't want to, you know what I mean? And this shit, when you see, because this bitch worked as a firewoman. She is fireman. Because they, like I said, it ain't no man and woman no more. It ain't no actor and actress, it's actors. This place fucked up. It ain't just everybody accepting it. Well, all these weird ass people like the Brothers Been in the Spirit does it lately. These people is fucking weird. I've always been different, even amongst, I've been able to mingle in with brothers and whatnot, like, just like I've been able to mingle in with niggas in the world, but I've always been like separate, I can say something, they'll laugh, I start something, but at the same time, I'm always like misunderstood, you know what I mean? Or a person think that's very offensive, by the way, because it was one Jake that he finishing my statements and he know what the fuck, what I think better than I think, better than the Lord, huh? Like, you know how infuriating that is? You know how proud that fucking is? Salakia. Verse 5, behold, saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. And we're seeing all that right now take place. The Lord is fucking shit up with the elements, with these storms and tempests, you know what I mean? With this great death on the planet. We all saw that, that was probably Jake, that basically, it was like a spirit jumped on him. He just watched her burn. What the fuck? They say it was ancient cultures that would look into the fire and pretty much like prophesy. What the fuck was he seeing burn? Like, man, and like the elder said, ultimately you gonna need the Lord with what's coming. So we about to really, like I said again, I hold no ill will to no brother. I pray that they don't, because that ain't gonna, like I said, that ain't gonna get you saved. You know what I mean? And that's one of the reasons why I, like I say, be out of sight and out of mind. I can forgive a brother. I forgive brothers now. You know what I mean? Pray that they forgive me. And I don't know if I'm the elect, but at the same time, I still hope that the Lord come and judge this fucking place. Sooner than later, Baba Kashat. For wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Verse 7, therefore saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness. Think about how wicked that is. This woman was pretty much incapacitated because she can't fucking walk. And this is a Jake woman, you can tell even without not seeing her. That's our downtown, right? Do you know right around the corner is our county jail? You know how many cameras is right in that fucking area? For them people to do that, I mean, it's ultimately judgment because nobody got caught there, but they got caught later. But ultimately, like, that was judgment, but that, like, god damn. You know what I mean? So just imagine when all hell truly breaks loose. A brother just did a beautiful video. I forgot what, I think it was titled something like, for those that have children in this ministry. It was a beautiful video because at the end of the day, we don't know how the Lord got your lot set up. So you might have a big family and the Lord might try you then. You know, you thinking that because you ain't had to experience this, experience that. That's not always a good thing. Experience is a teacher for a fucking reason. You know, I used to bitch and cry about, because I used to think I went through so much. Well, what much is given, much is required. You know, if I ain't did nothing else, because I never said I was so cold. I used to watch brothers with the breakdown. You know how bad my memory is? I can tell you another thing personally about me, but I don't want to come across as fucking bragging, man. It's a miracle that I can even fucking keep up with any scriptures. But like I say, the scriptures say, if you go boast in the Lord. Roughly paraphrase. So I boast that the Lord still got me around to be able to do the work. And at one point in time, I didn't even look at it like that. I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness. And you see the Lord touching this fucking place called Loyam Layah, which they profanely commit. Neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. You know, I mean, Jakes basically was taken out by this fucking devil. That shit irked me and infuriated me so bad to hear that Edomite, and then that bitch would be the main one begging for mercy. You know, it'd be the devil that'd be begging for mercy. You know what I mean? After you done did all this wicked ass, devilish ass, fucked up ass shit. That's just like these crackers in here literally gonna let me get fired, but then sit up there mad at me because I won't speak to you. Bitch, you better be glad I'm not speaking to you. You know, back in the day, you don't even know, like, I wouldn't even be here. I'd be probably getting escorted by the police. That's real fucking talk. That's how I know I've grown to a degree called Loyam Layah Bashir Shot. Like I said, I told them, I said, man, listen here, we ain't gonna argue with none of that. Just don't say shit to me. He said, they're still trying to, just show you how proud they is, still trying to figure out a way to talk to me. Fuck you, nigga. Hope you, he talking about getting married. The Lord gonna kill you and that bitch. Verse 9. Verse 9, and therefore saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua, I will surely avenge them and receive on me Salakim. And therefore saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua, I will surely avenge them and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them. Verse 10, behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter, and I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt. And this is the modern day Egypt. And I pray this be the year. But if not, we don't have that much to go. If this place cannot be sustained, I don't give a fuck. Listen, to show you how retarded these people is, even if they got machinery and can do a lot of the shit that's going on the earth. But that doesn't mean, the scriptures tell you enough scriptures, the Lord is behind all of this regardless. But for you to think that you could put all this shit in the earth and then don't think, like, again, you know, the spirit of chaos, like, it's a thing called chaos magic. You can't control chaos. Only the Lord can. Verse 11, but I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm and smite Egypt with plagues. And we watching this place being plagued. Just with the first 8 days of the fucking New Year called Loyam Layah Bashim Yahushua, which we know this isn't the real New Year, but for Esau, his New Year. It says, as before, it says, but I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm and smite Egypt with plagues as before and will destroy all the land thereof. Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that the Most High shall bring upon it. So may the plagues increase, because yes, the fire rises spiritually. You know, brother did a video because it's going into those two goofy ass niggas not understanding, you know, and that's why I was so adamant about, like, you got to be in check of your congregation. That's in the scriptures. You know what I mean? Know the state of your flock, know what they fuck they doing. Because of course you don't want to try and run no man's household like you lord over him, but at the same time, when a man is a young man, and you know what I mean, scriptures talk about a child left alone becomes willful. But you know, like what one person does can affect the whole, and then everybody being scopeoed. So with that, I want to give all praise, all honor All glory to call Loyam La Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Ba'ashem Rakah HaKodash. Double honors to the elders and to the apostles that taught me this truth. Peace and salutations to the Akim across the four corners of the earth, pushing this truth with faith and with sincerity, as well as risking their lives and the freedom to do so. Shalom to the Akim and the Akwat out there listening and learning. Lord willingly, this is edified. Shalom to the Israelite foreigners scattered abroad in the land of other nations, appear like the other nations, but subscribe to this truth. To you, I say shalom. Till next time, able to come with another lesson. Shalom, shalom. Kwab Yasharallah. Bawath Lababal. Shalom, shalom. Kwab Yasharallah. We almost home.